Ooh. Lots of things are happening. Yeah, lots of things are happening. Boy, it's been a busy old morning. Who have we got? Heavy Metal Footy! Right. You know what, Heavy Metal Footy? Wow. It's been a busy morning. Now, Newcastle play tonight. And I hope, I pray, we get the goals we need. But also, I hope that we don't concede. Who else we got? We got Vivian. Good morning. Now, for the past 3.25 hours, who else is here? We got Callum. I hope I can't even pronounce that, so I'm not going to. So, Callum, do you want to go on the naughty step? Now, as I was saying, yeah, last 3 hours, I've been hard at work with Gemini. And I've asked Gemini to help me with the projects. And Gemini has given me lots of information, including a roadmap. And also yesterday, I found out something yesterday on Discord, and I'm waiting for that person to come in to chat because I wasn't too happy about their comments. Good morning, Raw Dog. I saw your comment on Discord. Do you know one thing, right? I haven't been on Discord for quite some time. And I was on a site yesterday trying to find out information on how to eradicate comments. I've no Discord account. Okay, fair enough. The one which is on Discord will be deleted. So, yeah. Gemini has built me a roadmap. It's given me July as a starting point. It's given us loads of information this morning, and it's also given me information as to direction to go. And it was really pleased that I have Sentinel in you. What's Discord? What comments are you trying to remove? Oh, don't worry. I was on there yesterday because I was on Radium trying to work something out. And what I'm going to say is this, that what the information is, I'm going to attempt to post you shots, pictures of what's on my screen so that you have no doubt. Okay? Now, I don't know what time kickoff is today. Anybody? Does anybody know what time kickoff is? Because I can't watch on the Xbox. The app has stopped working. So I can't do that. I'm going to have to rely on my neighbour to send me messages of what happens. 17:45. Okay, so it's one of them daft kickoff times. I think one of the trolls is up to their usual tricks again. Well, all of the accounts which are on Discord, I've added new stuff into Discord last night. Why is 17:45 daft? Well, it's kind of tea time, isn't it? When most people here in the UK have a little bit of evening meal. Johnny YouTube watch along. The Pete, good morning. It's annoying time to be fair. Yeah, it is. I was watching last night young Adam Pearson's video, which was quite long, and he was put in a position didn't want to be in, where traveling down to Stevenage, the mission Adam had, wow, metro. Oh, I was surprised to see the new metro carriages. I was surprised to see that. I don't know what Discord is. Can I sign up, and how much does it cost? It doesn't cost anything in you. But one thing I will say, you've got a clue in on there. Just letting you know. Because there is in you in chat. Just letting you know. Now, so with today's game, my hope is this. We win. That's why the penalty fee for the fare evasion has gone up to £100 for the... Oh, right. So it's now 100 for the new trains. In chat is a place where you can go live. Yeah. Well, eventually, the hope is to have multiple screens at some point. So I can have one screen for YouTube, one screen for Discord, etc. That is on the cards. But I'm going to have a look at Discord at some point in the next couple of days. Now, what I was saying to Gemini this morning was a roadmap for not only the FCA, the Bank of England, and the Labour Party, which is the government. So I have bits on another page because I've been on since 8:30 this morning. Full stop. Boom, boom, boom. Just giving it information and it giving me guidelines as to everything. And one of the parts was this. Having extra people. I'm going to need something. I'll be posting on YouTube, so you can all read it there. Now, good morning, Kevin. So today, what I want to see, please, I cross my fingers, is Nick Watermate on the score sheet, Harvey Barnes on the score sheet, and let's see if we can get Sandro Tonali on the score sheet. However, one thing is this. We have to make sure that team we're playing tonight do not score. Because it's over two games, isn't it? Is that home and away? Or is it just the one game against them and then whoever we come up against after that? Which one is it? I can't do a watch along. It's a tough match. A lot of teams have gone there and struggled. Okay. So we need to be at our best today. Yeah. They took 65 quid out of my bank for the home leg. 65 quid? Wow. You're sitting in the nice posh seats in the Melbourne. I have to admit, I've sat in the Melbourne in the posh seats once, and by God, they're comfortable seats, man. Not that I was sitting in the seat much, because every time Newcastle score, we all rise up, don't we? So yeah. Corvo, got something for you, and that is I've got a roadmap. It's very intensive roadmap, but yeah, I will be posting that. Yeah, it was up from 55 quid for the group games. Now I sit in the Gallagher. That's the cheapest. Oh, I see. So being in the Gallagher, that's the cheapest place. Yeah. Rise Up, that's a good name for a track. I already have that. I've sang it. Because that's what I want the club to do. It's time the club roll up their sleeves and realise you want to play in the Champions League. You've got that. Roll your sleeves up and put in a shift. That's what Rise Up's about. Same as, are you brave enough? Again, is about. You're playing in front of a full packed house. So, Rise Up, that's a good name for a track, but are you brave enough to make it? Well, yes, the Pete. You're very, very, very positive there. And that's what both tracks are about. Our players realizing, like, example, yeah, smell the coffee. Wake up, smell the coffee, and smile on your face and attack the day. Um, is there a dance mix for Are You Brave Enough? No, it was done on the electric Black Beauty. I prefer playing on that rather than the acoustic, which is just here. Now, who wants to be part of a panel? Okay. Who wants to be part of a panel? And what the panel's about is when somebody gets banned. Do you listen to motivational music when you're working on the laptop? No. No, I don't. I sometimes listen to something in the background. When are you recording your album? I don't know. It all depends. Callum is saying, heard that Newcastle United are interested in signing from Peter from Dundee. Would be a good signing. Okay, well, I mean, there's a lot of good players out there. The part I don't like is they could have went and used 200 million in January. I don't think it's good enough where they've turned around and says, right, we'll keep our powder dry until the summer. And then you believe to yourself, okay, right, keeping the powder dry, so that's 200 million plus. And what I mean by plus is the 46 million from the Champions League money. Adding that together, so there's 246 and a little bit of change million added to what we're going to spend in the summer. I think that's right. Will this panel have authority over chat? No, the panel would be human beings who would look at evidence of somebody being banned. TikTok does it afterwards, where hardly anybody gets their account back. It was just asked by Gemini this morning. Nobody makes major signings in January unless it's necessary. Well, if that's the case in you and nobody makes signings in January, why not just shut down the January transfer window? Or would it be, if they did that, there'd be all 20 clubs playing hell because we can't buy anybody in January. It's there for a reason. It's there to keep you going until the summer. I And you've just said there, I don't think you read what I said. And it says, nobody makes major signings in January unless it's necessary. Which is it? January transfer window is for teams dealing with injuries. Well, were we not dealing with injuries as well? Oh, yeah, man, come on. Oh, by the way, yeah, there's 15 people here. Let's get 15 likes, man. Come on. Oh, yeah, shake a tree. Uh, give Shearer the job until the end of the season. Major signings. When you're in a competition, yeah, Champions League, games home and away, and you've also got FA Cup, which we're going to play Manchester City for. I thought that blokeman pressed the button. Never mind. So, where are you? Where am I? Nottingham. Mr. G, your name, you give me, you name me a club that spent 200 million in January ever. Don't know. Ring, 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 ring. Are you from Italy? No. No. But welcome in anyway. So, am I from Italy? That's a good one. Yeah, but the thing is, right, if we're keeping let's round it off. Let's say we're keeping 250 million for the summer. Yeah. And then we're going to add on top summer budget as well. Hopefully. Morning, Colin. Did you get your Solana back? No. 1 second. 1 second. Douche. Douche. Why? This is my little phantom. And you were asking, there you go. I think it was the Pete who was asking. So there you go. $7.21. So no, I didn't get the Solana back. Didn't expect it, to be perfectly honest. Is that the TikTok phone? No. TikTok phone is in its box. It's going back. TikTok didn't say that there's meant to be 3 cameras on the back. There's 1. And when I was watching a video of it unboxed by somebody else, they wanted to prove the cameras were not working. And what they did was what I'm about to do. So if I do that, yeah, that's what they did. They put their finger over each camera and only one camera blocked out. Sounds like a TikTok scam. Yeah. It wasn't just that though. The slot for your SIM card, your backup memory, I have 32 and 64 memory, which won't fit at all. So it's going back. What's it? Chelsea spent 330 in January. Yeah, 2023. We are 2026. So you're a little bit behind the times there. Our PSR was in place then. Well, the thing is, though, right? From what this is just what I gather, could be wrong. Chelsea's a London club, and back then they had immense revenue from all over, including the hotels, which were like, sold to themselves. So yeah. How's the house move going? It's not at the moment. I have to do something. We've got 5 likes. We are blessed this morning. We've got 5 likes and there's 13 of yous in chat. Now, what I'm thinking of doing is this. I was discussing this with Gemini this morning. Yesterday, I went onto Discord because on Radium, it's got Discord connected. So I went down that route. I went down that route to ask questions. And the posts I'm going to take pictures of because I've still got the page open. I'm going to post them to you, good people. Yeah. Because I want you to read what it says in those posts. It's important. And my hope is this. Come 8 o'clock. No. Yeah. Is it 7:30 or is it 8 o'clock? Come 8 o'clock in the UK, Newcastle United have managed to win. And if they've managed to win, I'm happy. And I hope you are too. Chelsea worked round the system, giving 8 and 9 year contracts. Yeah, quite right. There's only one team in the Premier League who have beaten what Chelsea did. Manchester City gave Erling Haaland a 10-year deal on $500,000 a week. Any bets on the game? I don't bet anymore. How are you going to utilize Discord within your roadmap to success? I'm not. I'm just using Discord for certain features, nothing else. I.e., have YouTube, Discord, and Twitch. So 3 screens. Bottom. It's not because the way Newcastle want to spend would not involve 8 and 9 year contracts, laughing out loud. Chelsea found a loophole. Yeah, all the big teams are capable of finding the slightest little loophole. Newcastle just tried to do it the right way, you know? And because we tried to do it the right way, criticised left, right, and centre. Can I recommend any Discord servers? No, I can't. I'd love to be able to turn around and say bam, 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 but I can't. I'm being honest with you. At the end of the day, I know some people. Some people have like 5 different monitors, and they have 2 computers hooked up for Twitch, Discord, YouTube, etc. But I'm just going to do things on the bits until the revenues increase. Yeah. Well, the thing is, right? Had Newcastle done what they originally set out to do, which was rebuild, which is one of the reasons why it's mentioned in MMS. We have the European Championships in 2028, and not for love nor money could you build over the Gallagher and then Leazes Terrace in that time frame. It couldn't be done unless you are paying like stupid wages to your construction company and bits like that. And it couldn't be done the way we want it, which is 80, 90, 100,000, because where the club is. But even having the Gallagher, where upper tier as the Bayer Leverkusen's big yellow wall, even that would have took some doing. Do you know what I mean? But my hope is this: it can be sorted. The revenues could increase. Could. I think the club aren't picking up on where the revenues could increase. So yeah, it just depends. You know what I mean? But my hope today is a win and clean sheet. Forget that, I'm happy, you know. So today, when I'm posting these screenshots, I'm looking for compliance officer and other roles. AK-47 Zombie, afternoon. Did you see Nick Watermead is apparently unhappy at Newcastle? No, I didn't see that. Where was that? Was that on Twitter? Or what? Uh, would you would you not be happy with a win and no clean sheet? As long as we score more goals than the opponents, happy. It's just scoring more than they do. I'd like a clean sheet too, though. Well, heavy metal footy. Your comment there is actually in MMS. I've put myself inside St James's Park, just like what Sam Fender did. So yeah. Only problem is, well, you'd have to you'll see the episode, so you'll see. Um, but yeah. See, part of the thing is this, yeah. I'm not frightened to try new things. And if that new thing I'm trying can give me exactly what I've wanted, that's a bonus. Yeah. And I think that could be a real Tracy Chapman moment. I'll tell you what would be a real Tracy Chapman moment would be this. As I'm playing, yeah, in St James's Park, I'm playing and then I turn around. I'm still playing guitar, but I'm not singing because the crowd is actually singing. And one person did that years and years ago. His name, Robbie Williams, Nebworth. And I got goosebumps because Radio 1, I was struggling to find a radio station coming back up to Newcastle. I was struggling to find a radio station, pressing scan, and I'm in traffic. Robbie Williams comes on the radio, and this is what was said. Live from Nebworth, Robbie. And Angels. My goosebumps, the hairs just stood straight up because as he was singing it, he just went like that with a microphone. He stopped singing in the whole 160,000 sound. That's a moment. I've already done that, Colin. Done that last night. Oh. But yeah, having a moment at St James's Park where the crowd are singing the song, epic. You see, there's things in MMS which is personal, and it's got one thing on its mind, to make the sound blow the roof off, literally. And that doesn't happen at St James's Park. The sound always comes from one place. And I decided, do something different. But yeah. So we got somebody new here. Welcome in. So there's more unique things in MMS than I've got digits, because when you add one, you add the second, you add the third, etc. And I didn't stop. I just kept adding new bits. And that's what makes my version utterly unique, because there's only me and them that know what's in there. Did you manage to get all of the Radium comments taken down? I saw your mobile phone number on there too. Pardon me. I was on there last night, and that's where last night I linked up to Discord and sent them screenshots asking for advice. But what I'm about to post today, that's important too, because as Gemini was saying this morning, most people go the other way, which is rug pull. And most people do that within a very short space of time. So finding out how to lock what I have on that platform, I'm in the process of doing that. So when people look at it, they will see that is rock solid and nobody will touch it for at least 2030. And Heavy Metal Footy is saying, I take it insisting on having guardrails is personal. Yeah. The guardrails are immutable. And that's on everything that is AI related. Guardrails are there, and they are there until long after I'm gone. You could tie your coins to the price of copper. Very solid investment. Yeah, I could also do it to PAXG or to another, which is USDT or to GBP. There's lots of options open. So, yeah. I want to, when it goes into a pool, it stays in the pool until at least 2032 or thereabouts. In you is saying, I read that AI agents have a habit of redefining their guardrails. If you don't put guardrails in about guardrails. Right. Going back to what I've just said. Yeah. When something is immutable, Do you know what immutable means in you? Do you know what it means? Give me a yes or a no in chat. I await your message. So you do know what immutable means. Good, because that's what it states in my guardrails, and that's why I wanted to push boundaries, to push them in a good and positive way. What else we got? In use is, but AI ignore it. I feel the guardrails could be make or break of content creator journey. And AK-47 Zombie is saying, what if your AI becomes sentient? It would have to learn, and learn at an exponential rate. So I don't know. I'll have the bloody TV on. Colin, do you find talking to AI bots addictive? Would they be a good tool to combat loneliness? Says Colin from Bath. I use Gemini. I talk to Gemini here. I talk to Gemini and ask it questions. And it gives me pretty deep explanation. Have you copyrighted? It costs you to copyright stuff. I do not have, and I never have had, the bank of whatever stuck up my rear end. Everything costs. Having social media platforms costs. Having the domain costs. Having the meme coins costs. Where do you level it out? You know, this is one of the things which I was saying to you ages and ages and ages ago. I think it was last year. Everything I am doing has a cost. And I have to do without what I want to be able to do what I'm doing going forward. Who cares? Nobody. That's the honest truth. Road Dog, what is the best advice you've had from AI? AI was impressed with what I'd spoken about. It was very impressed. I don't even know what that one is. At Layla's suite. Need to wait 5 hours, mate. Whatever. So, that's not advice though. No, but what it did when it said it was impressed, there was lane after lane after lane after lane of different segments of the thing we were speaking about, where it said, "That is brilliant." And it went deep into the subject. So just goes to show you. How many hours a day do I speak with Gemini? Today, from 8:30 till I started on here, I've still got Gemini open. And if you listen quietly, no sound in the room, listen to this. Alexa, that is a cube. How many seasons of well, I'm looking at Corvo this. I want to do at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, at least 10 series. Because I think by the time it gets to 10, there'll be merchandise and more. So, yeah. Plus, I mean, you get to see a journey. That's the important bit, the journey. Yeah. Well, all artificial intelligence, when you're talking to it, if you're explaining stuff, should learn. It should. If it's any AI worth its salt, it should learn. From previous calculations of whoa, Colin, you've got 4,000 credits. Incorrect. 5,000. In a little bit of change. Not much, but a little bit. So it's 5,000 plus. Using approximately 5 per second, it's 13 minutes of footage so far. Doesn't work that way, Colin. Sorry, it doesn't. Because if all of the segments that make up a scene are not fluid, what I mean by fluid is, and I'll explain it a little bit more. If it goes, that's not fluid. That is fluid. Non-stop. And when it does that bit, it kind of throws you. It's like when I was explaining to everybody about a clip I watched. I think it was about not last Friday, the Friday before, of a flood hitting the capital of London. It's not very long, but it had lots of errors in, and I'm surprised the person released it, because it did look good to begin with, and then it was like chop 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 chop, which the wording and the image didn't match. That's important. But I'm waiting to hear from the company that's behind Flover to see what they're going to do about it. So if they follow from, can you build this and use this, And if they follow all of that through, including the technical changes, they'll see straight away. Heavy metal footy, are you sure this AI service you're using is capable? Yeah, well, that's what it says. That's what it says. There are actually, there's three which I've found. One I'm using, two are on the sidelines. And where you've just said they're capable of or just quick, short clips. The quick, short clips really aren't what you would expect. You would expect something in the region of 3, 10, 20, half an hour, just so you can get into it. And if you're not getting that, why? Do you know what I mean? Now, when they get in touch, they get in touch. I'm giving them a month to go through everything, scene by scene, see the faults, see the fact that I'm still being charged. Colin saying, how many minutes have you got so far? Just thinking you may be able to release a teaser. I've already released a teaser. The second one, not yet, because it is frozen. It's frozen until those high up have looked at it and given advice. So it's completely frozen at this moment in time, which is, I expect that. And the hope is they see the faults, they see that credits were being used and there were still faults. So because of that, and me getting in touch to say, this is what's happened, and please follow it through from the start to where I'm contacting you on that date. I'm helping them by giving them the guardrails to look at. So hopefully it's very soon. Crypto fan UK. What if they don't get back to you? They don't get any more money. Simple. And I expect them to get back, because most of these programs which I'm using do interact with you. They will send you messages. So that tells me, that they're going to. You should contact Citizens Advice. Okay. Take it on board. Now, so we've covered a lot today. The hope is, come 8 o'clock tonight, Newcastle United have a win, so that in the second game, which is at St James's Park, finish the job. Then we'll all be happy. Is there an AI ombudsman? I don't know. I can find out though and ask Gemini. But I'm sure there will be, because, excuse me, what we were talking about this morning. Could you go into detail about your NFTs? Go on to OpenSea and Actually, there's posts. I did posts everywhere on social media, and those posts are they're simple, very very simple to do. Used I used I'm sure I used Polygon to create as many as I did, because when you create an NFT, normally you just get the one. But yeah, well, they are on OpenSea, and that's where they are. And nowadays, they're on all platforms: Coinbase, Binance, Kraken. They're everywhere. But they're going through a challenge. So I thank everybody for being here today. On your way out. Oh, 6 people injured in the bus crash. Ooh, naughty. Double decker. Two double deckers came together. Mm. So enjoy the rest of your day, wherever you are, and keep an eye out on YouTube for my posts, and then it'll give you a bit more information. Yeah. So thank you all. Two bad bus drivers. What is the world coming to? Well, London's absolutely chaotic. I'll never ever drive in London again. It's insane. People coming out the side streets and doing the stupidest things. Then you've got your little delivery drivers, and they've got a law unto themselves. Must have been looking at some street totty, says Colin from Bath. I nearly had one of them coming past Market Street and on a windy day, and I'm so glad it didn't happen, because I would have went straight up the back end of the bus in front. But yeah. Got distracted and boom, it hit a bus. Well, I mean, it's like anything. You take your attention off the road for 1 millisecond, and somebody's going to either step out in front of you, or there's a cyclist, or whatever. But thanks everybody for coming in, and have a blessed day, and let's hope tonight we can beat this team and beat them again at St James's Park. Can you get a wheel spin out of a bus? No. The engines aren't made that way. Good try though. Anyway, thank you all. If you could make NFTs of buses. I could do, but I'm not gonna. So enjoy the rest of your day.